Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar, Unlocking Business Potential with Copilot in Business Central. As you already know, Microsoft is making a massive investment in AI and also in Business Central, right? It's one of the core technologies for Microsoft with respect to SMBs, right? So Microsoft has invested over $10 billion in AI so far, and it is really forecasting to invest up to $80 million in this fiscal year, which actually shows how much of AI and Copilot is going to be of importance for Microsoft or just about any other technology company. All right, speaking of that, nearly 70% of Fortune 500 companies are already leveraging Microsoft 365 Copilot. So basically, it's really taking a lot of doing a lot of tasks, reducing manual work, improving accuracy, accelerating decision making. So again, BC has already got good number of features with respect to AI and Copilot, and including those features from be it production, be forecast, inventory, order side, and it would, as we will see some of those features in a minute. Again, as I talked through this, it already invested $10 billion, and 70% Fortune 500 companies are using it, and $80 billion for this fiscal year. Microsoft is intending to invest. If you talk about the capabilities of Copilot in Business Central, a lot of these features are in beta, I want to say, but for now, Microsoft is rolling out features pretty much every release where you would see like new Copilot features. Some of those are, cash flow forecast, sales invoicing, marketing text suggestions, that's already there, so we'll take a look at that as well. Sales and inventory forecasting, purchase order management, bank account reconciliation, we'll take a look at that as well. And late payment prediction, that's a cool one, right? The late payment prediction, it would basically keep on predicting for the late payments. This week, I attended a session from Mike Morton, who is basically the vice president of Business Central at Microsoft. These were the features that he identified that a Business Central is going to have very soon, right? That's basically the investment areas where Microsoft is investing with respect to Copilot. And we take a look at finance, it's subscription billing, regulatory requirements, non-deductible unrealized VATs, e-documents, right? Supply chain, manufacturing enhancements, quality management, subcontracting enhancements in Shopify. The generative AI is a big one. It's where sales order agent, it's very smart. It's rating through your emails, and it kind of suggests you to create sales order automatically and pulls out those lines out of your inventory and populate those on be it a sales order or a purchase order, right? It does that for you. It autofills the fields. It summarizes a lot of emails for you and kind of gives you the insight out of your Business Central. Reporting wise, if you talk about it, it is still developing. However, it is going to it's going to have some very interesting features. For example, it is just by giving it a simple prompt, it is going to fetch all that data, process that data for you, and it is going to create graphs and stuff. But that's still coming up, I would say. But it's going to have a great, beautiful reporting features that Copilot is going to have. Other than that, it is going to have, a lot of learning capabilities, with respect to specific customer. For example, industry specific knowledge can be fed to your agent, and it would basically release those results for you. I want to go ahead and show my screen, Business Central, to see what are other Business Central features that we can do firsthand, right? We can see the Business Central features firsthand. So here I am in my Business Central. Let's take a look at some of those Copilot features that we have in Business Central. First off, as you can see on the very top, we have Copilot icon. If we click on that, it's ready to find things for us. It is going to explain and guide us understanding things, and you can ask questions, and it's there to answer your questions. A lot of times the Copilot is going to reference Microsoft Learn when it comes to explain and understanding things, because on the back end, a lot of the knowledge base is connected to the Microsoft Learn, right? For example, as it's already suggesting a couple of questions, right? Show the how do I release a sales order, or show the latest invoices. Let's see if I select one of the prompts that it is suggesting, show the latest invoices. It's it's already in action, and it's looking through the records. May take a minute. Again, the Copilot is in preview mode as of right now, so it's not full-blown released. Okay, says almost done. Okay, so it pulled those the latest invoices, and you can simply dig into those invoices and see what were the most recent invoices that were created, right? So again, it's there to find things, explain or guide things, or ask anything about the Business Central features, right? Next interesting thing that I want to show here is items. If I go to the item card, any of the item cards, I'll go to the Athens desk. In this case, as I open the item card, we see that there's Copilot ready to create a draft, marketing text. So if I click on draft with Copilot, it starts pulling all this information, right? What's the name of the item? What are the attributes? Is it a black color? What size? All those attributes, all that data, it fetches out of Business Central and puts it into very nice marketing text, right? So here we see that elevate your workplace with the timeless elegance of Athens desk. Step into the world of sophistication and productivity, right? So what you can do is you can pick your own tone. You know, you want to be formal. What type of marketing text would you like? You just need a tagline. You can select a tagline. You don't need like a full text. You can simply say, hey, I just need like one tagline or just one paragraph, right? Different formats that you have. And also it emphasizes, you know, do you want to emphasize on reliability, right? Let's say want to emphasize on reliability. So it has basically updated based on my selections. It has updated the marketing text in Copilot, right? So we looked at that. You can also save it if you want, and it would basically keep it for you. All right. Another thing that Copilot does is bank reconciliation. All right, I have already bank account reconciliation. Started a bank account reconciliation. As of now, we do not have any of the lines matching, right? On one side, we have our bank statement lines. On the other side, we have our bank account ledger entries. So if we want to see which of these lines can be matched to my bank account ledger entries, I can take a help of the Copilot, right? I can simply say that reconcile, right, using the Copilot. So it would basically pick the data, and it has matched 92% of the lines, right? And I would keep it. So basically it has marked all the lines that were matched against the lines that were matched on the ledger entries, right? As I can see that these are the lines that were matched, and these are the lines on the bank account statement side that got matched by Copilot, right? I can go ahead and post this, and basically, right, just by one click, it is matching, like no manual matching, not looking at the dates, not looking at. However, you can always set your own tolerance date for with respect to, you know, how many days of tolerance do you want to keep it for the reconciliation. But Copilot's going to do all that stuff just by, you know, single one click, and it would reconcile. You would simply go ahead and you can basically post that reconciliation, right? So again, right, as we see, you know, how quick Copilot is doing things in Business Central. Simple click, it's doing. Some of the other features are on the items. If we go on the items, these features are still in, you know, very soon you'll be able to see it. However, for example, forecasting, right? It would do a forecast for you in Business Central based on the total sales for these items. You know, it would basically help you creating those purchase orders based on the forecasting. All right, so it would do a forecasting that is still in beta version. Another thing that it would do would be suggesting lines when you create a purchase order or when you create a sales order. It would, Copilot would pull all that information from the sales side and demand. It would kind of calculate all the demand and look at the forecasting, and it would basically recommend the lines for you when it comes to the sales order or purchase order. All right, so these were like the basic few main features of Copilot that we looked at. So yeah, So basically today we kind of went over some of the features that we can do with Copilot. And again, it's a brand new, Copilot's brand new, it's still learning, it's still green. A lot of features are going to be added, and every day we are seeing new features coming into Business Central. So again, right, Business Central, as Microsoft has put it in the center of its investment, with the Copilot. So we are going to have some exciting features coming up very soon in Business Central with respect to Copilot, where it is going to really decrease the amount of steps, amount of work that we typically do in our day-to-day. So very excited about that. I hope you liked today's session. If you have any questions, I can stay on the call for a few minutes if you guys have any question.
There are no questions.
All right. All right. So yeah, today we looked at some of those Copilot capabilities. Thank you everyone for joining. I'll hope to see you in next video. Bye-bye.